In Parshat Tazria, we have in the beginning, when a lady gives birth, so then she has to bring two korbanos, two sacrifices. One is a ola and one is a chatas. A ola is classically a korban that comes to improve and elevate a person. And a chatas comes from the word chet, an avera. It's from having done something wrong. Now, the commentaries are bothered here. Why should she bring a chatas? Did she do anything wrong? Like, she gave birth. Well, why is she bringing a korban chatas? What is this chatas about? So, the Gemara says that when a lady gives birth, she has these birth pangs. It's painful to give birth. That's what my wife told me. And when she has those pains, she swears, she makes a shvua, a vow, a promise, that she's never going to do this again. And that's why when she eventually, after the birth, she has to bring a chatas because of that shvua, because of that vow. Now, the Chachmei Kabbalah, Rabbeinu Bechaye says, and the Shem Shmuel brings from Rabbi Chaim Vital, the Chachmei Kabbalah say a different reason why to bring a korban chatas, and that is because it's to be a kapara, to atone for the chet that Chava did when she gave Adam to eat from the Eitz Hadas, from the forbidden fruit. This bothered me. The Gemara says why. It's because of that vow, that promise. And how is it that Chachmei Kabbalah, the masters of Kabbalah, would say a different explanation than what the Gemara says? How does that work? So I looked around and I saw that the Maharal, not coming to answer this question, but he just explains a very dear explanation unto itself. The Maharal says, it's not necessarily so that a woman, when she gives birth, will actually utter with her lips a vow, I'm never going to do this again. But rather, Hashem created a certain order in the world, how things are supposed to be. And when something leaves that order and that system and that structure, that is like transgressing a vow, as it were, because it's going out from the system it's supposed to be in. So the pain that a woman experiences, that is leaving that system. So that's why she needs to bring a korban chatas. That's what the Maharal says. And I thought, if so, we now have an understanding that the masters of Kabbalah were not coming to give a different explanation than the Gemara. They were coming to explain what it's all about, because the Gemara never meant that she's actually uttering a vow. The Gemara meant that when she's leaving the system of how ultimately the utopian world was supposed to be, that's the problem. And you know what? It's true, that's a kapara on the chet of Chava. We can take this a little bit deeper. I would define, put a heading on what we've been saying with something that my mother, Allah Shalom, used to say. I think she said it usually when she tried out new gadgets and they didn't work. So she would say, when everything else fails, follow instructions. Just do what you're supposed to do. Just do what you're supposed to do. That's the way to greatness. I saw this great line. I loved it. I use it all the time in my classes. The way to greatness is not in doing extraordinary things. It's in doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. You don't have to do extraordinary things. You don't have to be go out to a mountaintop and get some kind of vision. But the things you're doing, do with extraordinary quality. And that's the way to greatness. Doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. Everything we have, our bodies, our emotions, our capabilities, our potential, everything, there's a certain system there that Hashem gave in the world. And part of that system is using everything to its ultimate capacity. Bring out the potential. And perhaps that's what we can learn from this chatas of a yoledes, that we always have to strive to live up to that beautiful potential and bring out all the capabilities that we have within ourselves, and then we'll be living life the way life is supposed to be lived in that framework that Hashem intended for us.